Go ahead.
You guys already missed some good content. We messed up, but
You ain't got the intro?
no, I got the intro. I just we messed up. All right, come on. Call.
Two men. One named Rich. That's me.
This is Jermaine. Just got off the toilet.
He's a foul man. This is the X's and O's of life.
Huh?
Moo.
I feel like I gotta change my shirt because I always do these episodes in my undershirt, which is a black shirt. And it seems like I got on the same fucking shirt every episode, and I don't.
I get it.
I'll have to change into different colors or something. Yeah, next time I'm gonna have like a logo or some shit. Because
What on your fucking head? All we see is your head.
no. I mean, like the shirt. I mean, it's an undershirt. It's a shirt that goes under my shirt that I really wear. And every time we record these, I'm pretty much down to my undershirt. And it's like it looked like I'm wearing the same shirt every episode. But
You playing like strip podcasts? Is that what we're doing here?
I'm just saying, you never know what people are critiquing in the background in their head. They probably like, damn, this motherfucker coming on here with the same shit on every time. And you got on different clothes, and I don't can see your upper shoulder, but not for me.
My penis is in my hand right now, so
Well, you sure as hell ain't jerking fast enough. You got the slow jerk, huh? You ain't.
I mean it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Oh shit.
And that's how you start a show, boys and girls.
Mhm.
If you're new, I apologize. I mean,
Yeah.
this is kind of your time to get out.
Yeah, can you imagine that though? Somebody watching the show and this is like their first,
Right.
or even the last one we did. They like, dang, what is going on here? Because it's like, and we reference so many previous shows and the other shows and all that. It's like
That just means they have to go listen to them.
yeah.
Wink, wink.
Well, it's almost like getting like a Tomlinism. Get onto a moving train. The train has already left the station and it's moving. And if you hop on in the middle of that trip, yeah, you're gonna be lost. You gotta go back.
Mike Tomlin says the stuff that you say when you're high that you think's real deep, and you're like,
Yeah.
if the sun wasn't so hot, it wouldn't be yellow. And you're like,
Some crazy shit. And you be
and
like,
you're just like,
oh.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Speaking of Steelers, real quick, I thought it was kind of funny. I saw something on the news. They interviewed. Last night we recorded football, and I tore myself away from the Pens game, which honestly ended up being a good idea because woof.
They lost.
Yeah,
But
it was
from
bad.
what I heard, they were chanting "Fire Matt Canada."
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yes.
I'm like, damn.
And they asked him today. They're like,
Oh,
so
they
what do you?
did?
Yeah, they were like, what do you think of the Fire Matt Canada chants at bleeding into other sporting events? He's like, I don't have a comment. I'm just like, of course you don't, you bitch. You got nothing to say. You're
He was
terrible.
probably at that game hot, and he probably was like, well, at least I know the Pens game and ain't nobody gonna snap. And then he hear the chants. He probably like, yeah. Like, how do you take that on? Like, I mean, put yourself in his shoes. Like, what would you say to yourself? Like,
Well,
if the fucking city is calling for you to be unemployed, like, I mean, how do you deal with that?
It doesn't help you had the mad face on whenever that
When they scored a touchdown, everybody's interpretation is he didn't call that play. They audible to that play, and he was upset. Like,
right?
Are you serious? Like, he didn't even have the slightest emotion. Like the rest of the booth, I said the booth. Well, the rest of the press box, they jumping up and going crazy, and he just sitting there like, Like he,
Now,
like he
right,
did, like
and,
he seen a 3rd and 2. Like what? You
and it
didn't
was
see this bomb?
it was an ugly play too. Like the defender, I think they said something about he just came off of foot surgery, I believe, something like that.
Well, that's Baltimore's best cornerback, Marlon Humphrey or whatever. But
Because you saw you saw the play and it just looked like it was way too easy. And it wasn't because like the skill gap was amazing. It was just like
no, yeah, that I think Humphrey had came off IR or something like
Yeah.
that. So yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't.
It was
And you know,
ugly.
coming straight off IR, you're not unless you're Cooper Cup. You're
or
not
Austin,
up to speed.
or Austin Eckler.
What you think? Oh, you must think he's just gonna fucking kill it this week.
Listen, I'm
But
putting
let's
this
not
shit.
turn this into a football episode.
This dude owes me 4 fucking weeks. So yeah, he better. Anyway, yeah, let's not get into the football thing because yeah, we literally discussed that. So got a few things we want to cover today. Gonna talk a little bit about employees, not too much because jobs and shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about my favorite holiday, and that's Halloween. And really, can we just I'll do my little snippet there when we're ready.
Let's cover the Halloween first. Like,
I just want to lay out like a table.
Oh, you like you you the professor laying out the syllabus for the lesson today.
Got
let me outline the syllabus.
There we go. I got wet their palates. We're gonna do the second part of the draft, which you want to remind the folks what that would be.
Yeah. Last X's and O's, one of our drafts, besides the poop draft. That was a great draft. Besides the poop draft, we came up with thanks by the way with that thought. We went into for no inordinate amount of money, jobs you do not want the responsibility of.
Good word, by the way.
So we're gonna flip-flop into the extreme opposite of jobs that you would love to do, but the people that do those jobs, or if you chose to do this job, they just don't get paid enough. So basically shouting out to those essential people, those people that do their job and they don't get enough credit or they don't get compensated as well.
Hold on. I thought the draft was going to be jobs you would do that you wouldn't mind getting paid.
Well, jobs you could do for free, but at the same time, a lot of them jobs that you would do for free because you get some type of enjoyment out of it.
Okay.
They don't pay enough for those jobs, a lot of times. Like, name me a few jobs that you do for free that you don't get paid. What are we doing now? We would do this for free. We are doing it for free, but we ain't getting paid.
You're doing it for free.
You get paid by your interviews or whatever, but you ain't getting nothing.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure we're on the same page because how you just initially described it, I was like,
No, but I was just saying, I mean, it's a combination of both. It's like certain jobs that I think in society they should be paying these people more. So it could be
a different draft then. That's a different thing because that's a different draft then. That's a different idea. So we can go.
I lump them all in the same group. Either it's a job that you would do for free, or a job that people don't get paid enough, but I think they are essential to the economy. I mean, and it's one of those things where certain people don't get paid enough, but these jobs is mandated. Like think about those during that COVID whole when everybody's in lockdown. What would they call those? Essential workers or whatever?
Yeah.
Where they still had to work. Everybody else sitting on their ass on unemployment. So I lumped them together. I don't know. I mean, you could separate it out all if you want to.
Because that's not a desirable job. That's not a desirable job, right? So how I read into it, because last week we did jobs you wouldn't want to do no matter how much money you would get.
How much they pay you.
And I thought this one was going to be you would do this job no matter what you get paid. But the way you're saying it, it's like the essential jobs that don't get paid enough. Like that's two different. You see what I'm saying? Like So if you were
I
to
love them
say,
together. They the same thing to me.
okay, hey, no, fair enough. Well, I will tell you this. I'm going to go to the route. I'm going to go the route that I thought it was going to be because I did think of it, and that's okay. I
Yeah.
think that it just
I think
makes you
I'm gonna probably touch on both jobs
okay.
I would do for free and jobs that I think people don't get paid enough. That I think
Okay.
it's vital to the society, and they don't get paid enough.
All right. Well, it just makes you wrong, so that's fine. It's fine.
Sue me.
I for what?
I don't have shit.
Right. What the fuck are you gonna give me?
Sue my corpse in the grave.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw some shit on the news too. I want to talk about. See, I told you we had fucking content. Don't question me. God damn it.
You just thinking of just random thoughts. You like the
Listen.
Saturday Night Live dudes, like random thoughts.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You come up with some random shit. But go ahead.
And I have an idea, and I don't know how it's gonna go, but I figured it would be a cool kind of idea, and I want to put it out here now so we have a little bit of time to think about it. So we have the draft lined up for the week before Halloween. We're doing, the best movie monsters slash killers, that type of thing. That might be a longer draft because there's a lot to choose from. So we'll decide on what we want to do there. But I thought it'd be
I have 5 off the top of my head. I mean, like boom,
right.
boom, 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 like
Exactly.
heavily
And
impactful in my
so
childhood, throughout life, the whole 9. Yeah.
I thought of a interesting little idea throughout the show here, and we'll kind of mark them down as we go. I'm going to think of 3 draft ideas, and I'm going to put it out into the ether and let our listeners choose which one we do next week. So, put a little vote up on the socials, and just kind of put it in the comments and things like that, just to kind of see, what I don't know, just engage a community, I guess would be the best way to put it. And the last thing we're going to kind of touch on, not in this order, but as you see in the corner, our logo. So shout out to Kev Russell again, because I can't thank him enough. He built this for us, and about 9 different colors.
That's all I say. I enjoy the different backgrounds. You could just keep swapping them in and out. And
yep. Yeah, and if you've noticed, like on the audio only ones, the logo is different colors. I just put a different one up whenever I upload it. So we've been talking about this thing for a little bit, and I actually ended up, talking to PGH Scanner on Twitter, and he basically what he does, he reiterates like what's happening from like police scanners. By the way, speaking of that, some shit happened today. A car literally caught on fire right by Slice on Broadway. Fucking, absolute.
Just, right up there.
Yeah, I'll send you. Yeah, I'll send you a picture. It was fucking bonkers. Like it was on fire, like LA riots fire. Yeah, it was nuts.
Somebody set it on fire, or somebody?
Nah, somebody was in their car. That shit caught on fire, and she was. Yeah, so that was pretty wild. But
you're lucky to be alive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this guy, and this happened before the fire thing. It was just happenstance that all that stuff latched together.
PGA Scanner. What's on the scanners? Okay.
Yeah.
To me, that just spells nosy ass neighbor. But go ahead.
Yeah, fair, but
because there was always a woman or a man in the neighborhood that either they stayed to the scanner or they always had they head out the window, just nebby as fuck in everybody's business. So go ahead.
He's interesting because he is snarky about it, and it's funny because the shit he reports is like the dumb shit. I mean, that wasn't dumb, but it was just like, yeah, I'll hook you up with him. So he ended up putting something on the Twitter sphere about merchandise, and I DM'd him. I was like, "Hey man, who are you using? Like, what's their deal?" And he kind of told me, and it's actually really it's affordable. And I was like, "Well, you know what? We found something. I'm still gonna look around a little bit, but like I told you, we are going to start doing some merch because I think it would be a cool thing. Because look, we have a brand, we got a logo, and we got people that'll make it, and hopefully we got people that are willing to buy it. So we'll touch on a little bit of that towards the end because it's not all solidified and all that stuff, but we're gonna do it regardless. So hey, so that's the syllabus. So study hard, bitches. I'm here for after school tutoring if need be. So there you go. So let's start at the beginning. Helloween. Love this shit. I remember during our holiday draft, that was my 101. No, was it? Or did you steal it?
No.
Yeah. It made
Like, I thought I know we did the months, but I don't think we did holidays. Did we do actual holidays?
No, probably not. There's not many that matter.
I think we just did we drafted
did the months. We did the months, yeah,
and
but I
it had
based
the
on
holiday in
okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think October was my number one. Yeah. Okay. So I've always loved Halloween. I just think it's fun and silly, and I like the whole, dark, stormy night kind of part of it. Always
So you're not into the. Are you more into the dress up part of it, or just more into the festivity surrounding the holiday
the
itself?
festivity. I mean, I like. I know I bought those black sclera contacts last.
Oh yeah, with the black.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was. I was like, I look scurry, but
you don't go all out and put makeup on and all this crazy shit, and go out and get a crazy ass costume that costs like $150 and.
No, I only do that when I'm trying to be a drag queen. So that's like every other Saturday. No, but I like looking at the houses and how people kind of just do their whole little haunted house thing. I remember when
spirit is
yes.
a big draw for you.
Yeah, so it's like the people that are all about Christmas and they kind of take that all in. I'm kind of like that with Halloween. I remember.
What do you say to the bah humbug type of people? Not in the Christmas. I'm talking about people that bash Halloween or that kind of try to take away from that spirit. Like, have you ran into anybody like that? That would be like, man, fuck that holiday. You know what I'm saying? And have you put them in a place or anything like that? Or
no, I mean. It's one of those things where it's different if you're saying that about Christmas. It's like
because people automatically just because there's a story associated that you grew up with Scrooge, but if they're a Scrooge to the Halloween, like I'm like.
Usually, the people that are like that for Halloween are the. All right, here we go. Let's
heavily religious or something.
Let's piss
Devil's
off.
Night or something.
Yeah, I mean, let's piss off a group of people here. So the people that are usually about that are like the diehard Christians that are. This is a pagan.
Jehovah's Witness, they don't celebrate holidays, so they kind of sway away from any American or pagan holiday. They don't approve of it.
So generally speaking, if you run into those people, it's best not to engage because not only you're going to get a Bible thumping episode there, it's like, what are you supposed to say? You're celebrating the devil. No, I'm not, man. There's a big inflatable spider. It's fucking cool. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
You're looking at a pumpkin with a face cut out. You're celebrating the devil. Like, really? Okay.
Right. It's can't you see the 666 tattooed on my forehead? Like, get the fuck out of here. Just walking around saying "Hail Satan," like, Jesus Christ, man.
Sorry to interrupt you, but start with your memory. Like, can you recall the first time or when you were young and you really knew to yourself, like, this is my day. Like, I like this.
I mean, I don't know if it was. I have a weird specific memory, but it had nothing to do with like my enjoyment of Halloween. But I remember I had been like 8 or 9, and I was in Duquesne, right? That's where I grew up. That's my Aliquippa. I'm sorry.
Duquesne. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's your
Duquesne.
Alabama.
So I remember I got dressed up as a clown because it was like the early
Clown?
90s. It was the early 90s. Fuck off, old man.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, people got like, well, there's a whole phobia associated with clowns by itself. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't like the creepy clown. It was like the, diddle you clown.
A clown that comes to a birthday party or some shit.
Yeah, that touches your kids. Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you gotta stay in my lane, right? And I just remember for whatever reason, it was like some kind of oil-based paint because let's be honest, safety was not really a concern back then.
980.
No, not at all, not at
We
all.
just covered that on the last episode. How motherfuckers was at the top of a skyscraper eating a sandwich and shit,
Right?
with no
Exactly.
harness, no security, nothing. But go ahead.
Exactly. And it just had such a distinct smell to it. I just remember like they were just doing all, and I just looked like just like an old lady that cakes on all of her makeup that just smells like Macy's. So you just see, I right now everyone's picturing the old white lady with the gray fucking comb over and like a jacket with the shoulder pads, just smelling like fucking cotton balls and something
Butterscotch
sweet,
and shit.
right? Butterscotch and just anyway.
Well,
And I just remembered, going around and you did it from about 5 o'clock till it was dark. When
until it was over, like there was no
Right.
time limit. There wasn't no from like nowadays 6 to 8. No, it was
6 to 8. Where the fuck are you going? It's
what,
like
5 to 7 now, or something?
motherfucker, it's like 3 to 5 or some shit. It's crazy. No, it's legit from like 5:30 to 7. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
It's still light out.
like you
I
said,
get
it was from the. I remember coming home from school that day, putting on whatever you was gonna wear, getting all well. Finish your story, and then I'll tell you how my memory of it.
Gotcha. But I just remember, you just walk around and just get as much candy as you could, and you almost learn strategy as a kid because you're like, all right, because you get memories from the year before. You're like, all right, Miss Winslow down on fucking Main Street. She doesn't really get hit that much, but I know, 2 years prior, like I looked at her game at her game film, and what she does. I was in there with the running back coach, the offensive coordinator.
You said I've seen what she put out on tape, and what you had to do.
Yeah, and you knew that around 7:30 she got sleepy. And she would just start giving handfuls out. And about 8,
as much as you want, honey.
And about at 8 o'clock, she's like, "Take the fucking bowl. Take the whole fucking bowl. The bowl too. Fucking take it. Get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna go to bed. I've been up since 2 a.m. of last night." But you just, and it was just enjoyable. And then like the everyone started touching kids and. Now the kids can't be out. And I get it, like, be safe, but it disheartens me a little bit because I know the kids nowadays, and I feel like my old man soapbox, get off my lawn, but the kids today are never going to really experience that part of it. And it makes me sad a little bit because it was a real cool, I think growing up in the 90s was fantastic. I can't imagine any other era that I'd ever really want to grow up in, but it just for whatever reason it holds a special part in me. And now that I'm older and I didn't get enough hugs as a kid, or maybe I got too many, I don't know. Maybe that's why I was a clown, to kind of like, you know how if you go to jail, you want to fuck Bubba before he fucks you. Maybe that's why I was being a clown. I don't know. I digress. Never been in jail yet. So I think as I got older, I like the spooky atmosphere of it. I like the whole, maybe it's going to be foggy and just kind of people that would just do the decorating things. I just like the aura and the feel of it. Just kind of how people feel that same about Christmas. That dark black cloud, whatever that hangs over Halloween. I'm like, yeah, I like it. So
He said, "Yeah."
So go ahead. What's your experiences there?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I mean, it was fall. Like remember when we chose the, I guess the seasons or the months. Fall
Right.
is like one of the greatest because September was
goat.
football, October was Halloween, November was Thanksgiving, and December was Christmas. It was just like these were the
Damn.
greatest set of months known to man. You know, it's definitely.
That's legit. Like the squad. You think about if you break it into quarters or thirds.
What other quarter is fucking with the fall?
Nothing. Nothing. Damn, I didn't even think that's such a great point. God, they cornered the market on the year. I mean, shit, my bad. Go ahead. That's crazy. Huh.
But they were all back to back major holidays, and Halloween was. I mean, growing up as a kid, it was Christmas before Christmas.
Okay.
I mean, it was just like, okay. I mean, a kid, you love candy. So we would come home from school that day, and I grew up in a house with 5 kids and my parents. So, sometimes we didn't have the full costume. It would be like, okay, you wear a mask, and then, and then you wear the suit part of it, or the plastic. Like, I don't know, some of those costumes was like, it was like the 1 year throwaways. It was like using a condom and getting rid of it. Like,
all right, hold on. We really got to start leaving the analogies to me because
no, but you had those plastic outfits that they only lasted that year. Like you wasn't packing them up and putting them away for the next year. You saved the mask for the next year, but you didn't save the little plastic little bullshit whatever that you got from Hills. Remember Hills?
Yep.
Yeah. So we would get that, and like my mom and dad, well, mainly my mom, she almost had like because there's 5 kids, she almost had like a system going. Like, like each one of us, we didn't have bags or little pumpkins. It was a fucking pillowcase where it could fill the hell up. And my mom had this big mail sack, like one of those mail sacks that you get at the U.S. Post Office, like a
I know
humongous bag. So we would hit all these spots. I'm talking about like all over Aliquippa. We would go to different towns and boroughs around Aliquippa, like
you have to.
Township, Hopewell, because my dad had a station wagon, and we all would pile up in that motherfucker, and we would go neighborhood to neighborhood. And like I said, it started, like you said, it started when it got dark, which was maybe 5 or 6, and it lasted until you just stopped. I mean, I remember being out there at like 11, 12 at night still knocking on doors trying to get some damn candy. So it wasn't no 5 to 7 or 6 to 8. It was until that night was over, or until you went to that last house and all the lights was out, you just kept going and kept going. And what my mom would do is, because it's 5 of us, we would have our pillowcases and we fill that pillowcase up. And when that pillowcase got filled up, we dumped it into the big mail sack and pulled out the pillowcase again as if the shit didn't just get filled, and just go to the next houses. I mean, and this is the 80s/90s, and you definitely paid attention to who gave out the trail size candy bars, who gave out the big candy bars. And if you found them big candy bars, you was in love. But there was still, like you saying, today's kid is worried about people touching them. It wasn't so much about touching and raping. It was all about, is the person going to poison you?
Yeah.
The candy, there were like razor blades in the candy or whatever the hell. So with this same system, my mom would tell us that of course, we would sneak and still eat some candy throughout the night. But she would say, don't touch the candy because you can get poisoned or you can eat something with a razor blade. So we were instructed and doing is two different things. We were instructed to not touch the candy, keep dumping it in the sack. And then at the end of the night, we would come home, dump it all out on the carpet, and my mom would separate that shit into like bowls and Tupperwares and like all the Reese cups over here, all the Snickers over here, all the Nestle Crunches in this bowl, and would put it in the freezer. And we would just feast off that shit for fucking damn near till Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, eating that candy. But at the same time with that, there was also a white and black dynamic as well. If you went into a black neighborhood to somewhat trick or treat, you knew you wasn't coming out with too much. Or the small trail side. But when you went to the white neighborhood,
wait, is that why? Oh shit! Is that why we did like a real little route in Duquesne? Then we went to West Mifflin.
Yep.
Oh shit!
It was like okay, let's just get everybody's feet wet. It was like the black neighborhood was the warm up before the game. It was just like, okay, let's go out there and do some warm ups. And then when it was time for the game to really start, we was in white neighborhoods. Getting like the big candy bars, Huggies, the good shit. Because these people were well off. They had the money to dish it out. In these poor neighborhoods, I mean, they didn't have too much to really give out candy, or they ran out really quickly, you know? So.
Oh, now I'm sad. Cool.
But yeah, I mean, and that was Helloween in the microcosm, and that lasted, I want to say, from maybe I could remember maybe 5 all the way until maybe we were some late bloomers. Like we trick or treated until it was like to the people that you trick or treating is like, y'all too old, you know, like until they said something, we kept going. Like,
that's a good point. What's your cutoff? Because that always rubs me the wrong way when
you see that like full blown teenagers coming to the house and shit.
Right. It's like, what the fuck? You got facial hair. Get the fuck away from me.
I think I was trick or treating all the way. Well, I think I cut off early because I got a job when I was 12, and I started working at a car shop, and you know, I probably got my taste of real life at 12, 13 years old. So I probably thought that was beneath me at that point. But most of the kids in my family, we probably was 15, maybe.
I still think that's okay. Like, but if you're old enough to drive, I feel like, man, don't, unless you're walking with your
like
nephew.
Kind of like the cutoff. I mean, like my son, he's 16 now, and last year he didn't go. I think he stopped at 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been a weird.
He thought it was corny. Like, we still got, you know, masks, and we still offered to take him, and he was just like, no, I don't want to be. I don't know if it was going to be embarrassing. He just didn't want to be caught out there and be seen on the scene, still trick or treating and shit. So
yeah, I get it. And it sucks because like I feel like the internet and social media has kind of taken like the childish enjoyment out of things, because it's like, oh, I don't want to be caught. It's like,
yeah.
Fucking
so
cares. I get it.
From that in the 80s era, Halloween was a holiday. I'm talking like a sought after holiday. But then once I outgrew it, then it no longer was relevant. Like as I got older and I was in college, then it turned to the adult side of it, of dressing up and going to these Halloween parties. And I went through quite a few. I never really dressed up. I might have, you know, dressed in all black and put a red dot on my head and call myself a beeper. No, I'm just playing. I heard that from a comedian. He was like, I'm a pager or I'm a beeper. But I never was the big dress up type, you know. I mean, I dressed up as a kid, but as an adult, I would go to these parties and see people dressed up, and I would join in on the festivities, but I wasn't dressed. So that was my adult experience, and then I had kids, and then the cycle started back over again. So now I took my daughter and my son, and we went every year. It was like another holiday again. So that excitement had reinvented itself through my kids. And now that my son is 16, my daughter's 24, the excitement it lays dormant again. So it's like now to me, Halloween is just another day on the schedule. I mean, like it's another work day. You don't get off for it. Most jobs don't let you off at Halloween. If they let you off, it would probably be more significant. But now it's just, I mean, and I don't have any problems against it. I mean, I enjoy like you said, the festive atmosphere and all that. I just don't actively participate because I've run my course. My kids have run their course, and now the fall to me is really mainly about Thanksgiving, which that'll never go out of style as a man, and Christmas. I mean, I don't care how much you try to avoid Christmas, you're not going to get around that one.
Right.
Like, it's impossible. So it's almost like one holiday's got taken out of the significance of the fall season. It's still there, and like you said, I think if more people did the adult parties where people dress up and all of that and keep a tradition going, then I would it'll probably rekindle my spirit about it. But right now it's just another day in the work week.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the mood for me. It's just the aura and the energy and just kind of the. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to explain it because it's not like a tangible thing anymore. Because look, the kids are grown here for the most part. They're not doing it. We don't really well, let's be fully honest. We have more money. We decorate, and well, actually, no, it's not even that. It's really the lantern. It's
put
really
stuff out on the porch and all of that stuff.
No, we're not doing because the lantern flies.
Mm.
Yeah, that was actually. I was like, wait, it's not the money; it's the lantern flies. Like we.
I remember y'all doing the yard for Cinco de Mayo, but that was like around your birthday, right?
Yeah, that was for the birthday. Yeah,
for the birthday. Yeah, so it wasn't like celebrating a holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean but that was before lantern flies were like a thing.
I never even heard of them back then. It was just like I hadn't even seen them, and then here comes what was it? When did they start hitting real hard? Like July?
Yeah, I would say that's probably
They just start fucking taking over.
It's all kind of a blur at this point, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm so glad to not see them every day. Every day, piles and piles and piles.
Well, Tiff,
I step on as many as I can, and
well, apparently they're cold-blooded. So the colder the temperature, they don't really fuck with it. So once it gets like kind of above 60, they're like, all right. Then once it goes higher and higher, that's when you get the huge concentration of them. But yeah, I mean, if it was up to me, everything would be decorated and all that. But it's kind of lantern flies kind of took that away. But it is a little tough because people don't really walk around anymore. They don't really do it.
That's what I say. Have y'all ever gave out candy?
Yeah, we did it a few years ago, and we skipped it. We skipped it the next year because we had like 3 giant bowls, and it's like,
oh, nobody came through.
Not enough to dictate that, but we also Tiff is all about keeping up appearances, so she didn't want to run out real quick. So she doesn't have that sweet spot because it's such a weird. Are we getting a lot of people? Are we not going to get people? Like, what are we doing? And it's like you don't want to have the candy around here because the beaties and it's just that weird kind of deal because I don't have self-control. It's fine, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just always liked. I just kind of wanted to talk about it because it's coming up, and God knows what we're going to be yapping about throughout the month. So I figured, hey, we got some space to fill, so let's do that. So, Kennedy, final thoughts on the best holiday ever?
I mean, do you have outside of that clown example? Do you have any extremely memorable Halloweens outside of that, or even as an older person, or have you ever been really, really, really scared around that time for any reason?
No.
Like real scared, like not festive spirit scared, like something really happened.
No. Have you?
Not that I can
Well,
recall.
damn, the way you
The
presented
way
that
I said it,
question was
yeah,
like
I was just thinking, like, is there any
I was
memory? Like,
excited. I'm like, ooh, girl, tell me.
yeah, I'm just trying to think to myself, was there ever any Halloween that was like that really stood out more than the others? You know, I mean, as a kid, of course, I wouldn't remember it. I mean, unless I'm trying to think, was there like a I mean, there's been times where people, over scared, like or the boogeyman or something like that, or maybe something that came out around that time that was kind of. But that'll get covered on those the monsters or whatever, like through the
Right.
movies and all of
Yeah.
that.
Well, you know it's Friday.
As
You know it's
far as
Friday the 13th in 2 days, right? Ooh.
oh, it's on the 13th this year, huh?
Spooky.
Mm. The only thing about spooky about this Friday the 13th is my check's gonna get cut up by the taxes. That's about as spooky as it gets. Jason Voorhees is gonna tear into my check on Friday.
Oh, speaking of Jason, look, I saw this thing on something. There's like 102-foot Jason I don't know. It's like a
Statue?
let's call it a statue. And it's
Okay.
submerged in Lake Michigan. And it's the 102-foot replica of Jason. I think it's in Lake Michigan. I don't know.
Really?
But
I
yeah,
didn't
I'm
know they
like, dude,
went
that's
that ham. That's crazy. They
I'm
went that far for it.
yeah, I'm like, I love your dedication.
Somebody paid
But
for that.
yeah. But no, I don't I've never had anything happen like that. I kind of wish it did. That would just be a little awesome, but I'm that weird guy that likes that stuff, so
Yeah. I mean, yeah, only thing I can think of is maybe doing something crazy like some Bloody Mary type of thing or something like that as a kid, trying to stir up some type of spirit or something. But yeah,
I
I
mean, I
don't.
think we all kind of did something like that, but it was just kind of
Yeah,
like the playful scared. It wasn't like, oh no, mistakes
yeah.
were made,
Like
you
you see
know.
these movies now where they play like that and then it really turns into something. Yeah, and it's like, what?
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that no more. Mhm.
Oh, hold on. Oh God. You got a pen handy, bub?
Uh, yes, sir.
All right, so I told you we're going to kind of hit these off as we go through here because I want everyone to kind of hear it as we go because this is 100% organic. So you want real deal Holyfield. Here it is. So one draft idea, holiday traditions.
Okay. Holiday traditions.
Yeah. Anyway, well, you know what? Speaking of draft, do you want to get into the draft now or you want to cover the merchandise thing?
We can jump into the draft.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
All right.
did who led off? Because I know this was your two-parter. Who led off last time? Was it me or you?
You let off because you was the poop draft. It was your draft.
Oh yeah, we did
But
two
that was the
drafts.
poop draft. But then, as far as the jobs,
You let in.
I let in with
Okay.
because I said vital surgeon, like brain surgeon, heart surgeon.
Yeah. All right. Well, that makes. I forgot we did two drafts. The poop draft. God, fucking children. Yeah. Lead in. Go ahead.
um, Pretty much jobs that. First, I'm gonna start with. I ain't gonna say jobs that I would do for free, but jobs that
Are we
people I
doing
don't
four
think
rounds?
Hmm?
We doing 4 rounds, or what are we doing?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we can. Um, jobs that I think people don't get paid enough for, that is essential to society. Teachers, man. I mean, like
Yeah.
I don't think they get. I mean, I think a lot of the teachers are there nowadays to pick up a paycheck because that's how much. Like they go through a lot to try to keep these kids in order, especially today's wild motherfucker that's running out there. And even if the teacher came in and they graduated and they were, hey, I'm gonna make a difference, the paycheck that they're getting from their employer is going to change that teacher's attitude to fuck these kids. I'm just here to pick up a check. So if they would pay these teachers maybe like professors at colleges or even more, they would probably restore more order. If they just the school system period, like the superintendent, from the superintendent all the way down, if they got paid more, if somehow there was a law that came out that just said each one of those people's in those systems get paid 20, 30 more thousand a year, I think that would make a significant difference in the children today. Like it would be more disciplined. It really would. And by them not getting paid enough, it causes them to allow more shit to happen, which is destroying the fabric of the education in America as far as before. But you know how I feel about post or secondary education.
Yeah.
I'm talking about college. I'm talking about the essentials to get your diploma.
Right.
Those kids, I mean, the education that I got during that time wasn't subpar, but it's way better than what the hell they getting now. And it's like, because the teachers ain't getting paid jack shit. They really ain't. And because if you think about it, they're like glorified babysitters. I mean, what are most parents doing while their child is in school? They're working. So they need, it's almost like a daycare. Like they need somebody to take care of these children while they're working, and they don't get valued enough. They don't get enough thank yous. If anything, you got the parents going up there trying to beat up the teacher or saying, don't you put your hand on my child and all of that bullshit. If your child was in order to begin with, I wouldn't even be in this position. So I think by them not getting paid the amount that they or should be valued at has decreased the education. It really has. That's why you got kids out there that's on the south side right now. They didn't finish school. Fuck it.
I mean, it goes to the general premise of happier employees work harder. It just, that is just, if you could put all that into a box, there you go. So yeah, that's a real good pick there. Now, I said I was going to go with kind of my interpretation of what the draft is, which is, I would say it's a bit different in my eyes. But I do want to mention one that's going to be kind of in the same vein of your thought process. And I was told this years back, and I don't know if it's still true, but I'm going to go with the thought that it's still true. Paramedics. I was told that they get minimum wage.
No, I don't think it's that bad, but they don't get paid a lot, and they're saving lives on the scene. Like,
yeah,
you have to be stable enough to even get to the doctor, who is getting compensated very well, and registered nurses that are getting compensated very well. But some of those nurses assistants and paramedics, they ain't getting. They are first on the scene. Like, they got to get you securely there to the hospital. The doctor ain't come driving out and saving you right there on the curb.
Yeah,
They got to get you there.
Plus, there's like 24-hour on call things like that, and it's like, I
minimum wage. If they pay paramedics minimum wage, man, they need.
I talked to a paramedic at my job. Well, not work here, but he called in, and we just ended up talking because that's what I do. And he somehow that money thing came up. He's like, "Yeah, we get minimum wage," and I'm just like,
I just think he exaggerated just for effect there. There, minimum. You trying to tell me somebody at McDonald's making a burger, saving a Big Mac is better than saving a human life? Come on, man. That's not. That can't be. That can't be.
I mean, I would hope not, but
they're not getting. If he's even exaggerating in line like that, it's got to be close. I don't say close, but there's got to be. They definitely are not getting compensated like that.
It feels like minimum wage, I would say, is probably kind of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's mine. I mean, and you pretty much made all the points, for me there. I mean, it's and you don't really even need to. It's kind of right. It's right there. They are first on the scene. They are the one that's going to allow your life to be saved. That's kind of how that goes. They're not going to be able to do a ton for you, but they can keep you. They can keep your parts together and things in you until the people that get the checks actually can, do what they do. So
yeah.
Yep.
Along the same lines of something that you would think. Not saying that. I mean, like, it's not life or death or anything, but. And these people do get minimum wage. Trust me. I enjoyed my job when I did work here, but they got minimum wage. And like amusement park operator, I understand that, they're like little kids and shit, but you know how much money this amusement park is making off these rides? And these kids or whoever's operating these rides, they're responsible for millions of smiles. And these same smiles lead to them going to concession stands to spend fucking $9 for a hot dog and $8 for a Coke and all of that. Meanwhile, those kids are getting minimum wage. The reason why I used to work for the Carnegie Science Center, and I'm talking about the UPMC sports work part of it, and those were like simulated like machines and stuff and trampolines, and these kids couldn't be as they were happy, and that brought a smile to your face, and it was just like, I really enjoyed working there, but they was only paying like $7.25 an hour, and I was just like, I like this job, but I'm not taking $7.25 an hour.
Right.
Fuck y'all. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of those jobs where it's like, I enjoyed the work, but y'all wasn't paying me jack shit. So I had to move on. So it's like, and the companies that operate these make so much money off of it. It's robbery. It's like, how can you do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's because it's a mindless job. No, not yours. I'm talking about the amusement park thing. You press a button, like they can't not dictate, but they can't justify.
They're not expecting the ride and all of that shit,
but you should. I mean, there should be an underlying thing of, hey, look, you are responsible for.
I mean, how many times have you been at an amusement park or Kennywood where you could tell that the operator that was running it was not happy? They're like, you're like, you get the kids all excited. Hey, can we get in line? They're like, hold on. And they put you in that seat and they strap you in. Like, you could tell they're not happy. Right. If they were getting paid more, it would probably be a more pleasurable experience. But like you said, they're not really exemplifying a skill, so to speak. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
No,
I just thought that for them, when I found out they was only making minimum wage, I was like, really? I just thought they was getting paid more because they.
I'm more surprised that you were surprised by that, because that seems like that's right in the lane of a minimum wage job. Like that just, it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense on how things are viewed, I guess.
I didn't think somebody that can, talk on the mic and operate the Jackrabbit and the Steel Phantom was making the same amount that fries on in aisle 5. Like, I didn't think that they were equivalent.
Well, I mean, understand, you're not having a 29-year-old doing that either. You're getting.
If you was paying him enough, he would be a lifer.
Huh?
If you was paying him enough, he would be a lifer.
I would fucking hope not, but yeah, I mean, I see your point, but it's like, thanks for riding the Jackrabbit. Like, that's the guy that's going to be doing it. You know what I mean? Like he's basically there because he's trying to bang Nancy Rottencrotch in front of the racer. So that's what he's there for. But I get what you're saying. But I think if it was a more of a profession, like I guarantee at Disney, those people are making money. You know,
I bet you they ain't. I bet you they getting
Yeah?
the same shit. I mean,
Hmm.
much as I said I respect Disney, but if they know the market in the amusement park industry is paying this, they're gonna pay fair market share value. They're not gonna overpay them.
Hmm. I'll have to ask Steph because she will somehow know.
She'll find a way.
She will find a way.
She
She'll
will find a
start
way.
sending
Even if she got
messages.
to book and put a little camera or be a proverbial fly on the wall, she will find
Yeah.
a way.
All right. So I got one that's a little off the beaten path, but it goes again with the whole you're not getting paid enough. And the verb is right in there. An unpaid internship
For the doctor? Yeah. Oh my
for
God.
anything. So let me get this straight. You mean to tell me in order to get this career or whatever I need to do, I need to still go to school and then also do the unpaid internship and also somehow find time to work to afford, I don't know, to breathe?
Wash
I think
clothes.
I mean, I know there are some paid internships and I think those are more common nowadays, but before it was basically, hey, do you want to take all this time out of your day and shadow me and follow what I'm doing and then pretty much do my work for me and not get
And
paid
I
for
go
it?
home and I collect a ridiculous check, and you can barely feed yourself ramen.
Right. And you're walking around like a zombie because you basically are up for 19, 20 hours a day because you're trying to do these three important things in your life.
Good.
So I feel like that's just a fucking scam. That's just like, hey, what's your feelings on slavery? You okay with it? Yeah, we're not. But if you come and hang out here for, I don't know, a year and a half, we'll show you the ropes. Oh, how much do I get paid? Who the fuck said anything about getting paid? Like, do you want this job or not? Well, yeah, I do. Okay, well, then just kind of come with me and I'll. Well,
It's an investment in your career. We'll pay you later on down the road after you pay off your student loans to even get yourself through school.
Yeah, and that's if you still want to do your fucking job. At that point, we don't really care. You basically have been doing this for us, so keep going. So yeah, that's a schemey scam to me. I don't. I think that's a not okay.
Yeah. Mm. Now, I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. I know I said jobs you would do for free, but you don't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Job I would do for free.
Okay,
And you
that's
get
what I
paid.
was fucking going for. Now, okay, this is perfect. This
Job
is
I
going
would do for
exactly.
free, and you do get paid handsomely. But I would love to do the job. Of course, I've already told you. Football coach, man. Even if I was high school, even high school,
Head ball coach here.
yeah, high school they do the head ball coach does get paid. So even if I was coaching like little kids where you don't get paid, I would
Right.
still do it if they allow. If they said, "Hey, man, for Mount Oliver or any borough, hey, we want you to be the head midget coach or the little kids coach," I would take it on. I would try to fit it into my schedule, whether I'm getting paid or not. I mean, it's just a real deep, burning desire I have.
That's a good one.
I mean, and if the better you get, the more you can get paid. So there is a path there. But I would do that shit for free.
Okay.
Just like we're doing here. This is great.
I think I'm going to take your 4th round pick off you before you keep going. This.
Oh.
This.
Yeah.
I mean, I make very minimalistic money off this, but it's all from the interviews. So fine. requires a lot of work with all of the things that we do, and I love it. We've already been over that conversation. We're not rehashing that, but I think that
Well, this the proof. The proof is in the pudding. We're doing it. Like
we
it's
are doing
not,
it for free.
would you do it? We are doing it.
Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, if there was a universe where you got paid and this could actually be a functional job,
I ain't gonna sit there and be like, man, I'll have none of that.
right. No, I would rather go to a real job. Thank you very much.
Like, if you
I
said,
have
hey man, y'all hit it big and we're gonna start paying y'all ad revenue, and I'm gonna be like, I will take none of your charity. I
right.
continue to do this for free. Now, hell no, I'm gonna take some money, but right now the money is not there. We are investing in ourselves, and we're hoping it's coming. But like I said, this isn't something that we would. It's not a question of would we or should we. We
We
are.
are right.
We are in the present.
Penn State. I'm sorry.
You said we are Penn State.
My bad.
As you Sandusky Tim around the corner.
That's an inside joke, boys. But yeah, it's low hanging fruit, but yeah, and we are living that life. But I would say 77 episodes in at this point. If we didn't really enjoy it, we would have cut the cord a long time ago. So a bit of an easy pick, but hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta draft JJ. It's fine.
All right. Last one.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff I would do, something I would do for free.
Don't you say it, you son of a bitch.
What?
I'm not gonna fucking tell you. I'm gonna say it.
Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, what would I do for free and see if I can just enjoy.
I'd be very upset if you take this from me.
I don't know, comedian or some shit. No, I wouldn't do that for free.
I mean, they don't make fuck all for money for a long time, so they're like
Yeah.
they were like podcasters for podcasters.
Yeah, I mean, nah, but the whole reason of being a comedian, making people laugh, you want to be compensated for your work.
Yep.
Because then everybody be like, tell me a joke. Like, I don't just love, people laughing just for people laughing. Like, at some point, at first it's going to be funny. And then at some point, I'm going to be like, hey, man, y'all want me to keep coming up here making people laugh? Y'all going to pay me for this shit.
Like you keep going to your dealer, you get a free sample, and it's like, hey, a free sample. It's like, no, it's a free sample. Making rounds in Costco and shit, just hitting up all the little like free little hand things. Oh, hey, you go back in, you have a little like fake mustache glued to your face.
Hey, I'm gonna tilt, man. You do yours so I don't hurt and take it.
Porn.
So somebody ain't gotta pay you to be born?
No, porn.
Oh, I thought you said born. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Porn. Oh, you would do porn, okay, without getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are getting paid as you
do. Right. Like, why not? Like, how the fuck wasn't that the 101? How did your pervy ass get that? That's when I saw your big ass goofy Cheshire cat smile. I'm like, don't you fucking take it.
Oh Lord, it wasn't. No, I wasn't nowhere near in that realm. So you had that one. Mm.
And I don't really need to get into the description. I mean, we all understand why.
Yeah. You don't have to elaborate.
It's because I really just want to meet people. Expand my social circle.
You won't let me get it. Well, I'm gonna say you won't let me get away with this next one because it's
Go ahead, put it out there.
One, just my own company, period. If I had this is my company right now, but at the same time, it's like if I had decided
An
to do something
entrepreneur.
different, yeah. If I
Okay.
decided to open up a store or, open up whatever, it would be my own company because what do they say when you open up a business? You don't make money until the first 3 or 4 years until you see turn a profit. So if
I
you
mean,
started your
why
own
do you think I
company,
would let you take that?
whatever it may be, you would do it for free.
Why don't you think I would let you take that though? Because it's just being an entrepreneur. I mean, that's fuck. That's the American dream, yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought basically because you already kind of took it in the form of a podcast, but you can have more ideas than just the podcast. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
Right.
mhm, yeah, I think that's the ultimate. But you got to put in the sacrifice and the work because most people that start their own company don't just start getting paid hand over fist immediately.
Nope. They usually just get fisted. That's kind of how that goes.
He said they just get fisted.
Yeah, let's get fisted. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. What about fantasy? Would you play fantasy for free?
Um.
There's definitely tons of fantasy leagues, but I don't have time to pay attention to them bitches because they don't have a prize at the end. But you're doing all that playing. Basically, if you don't get to the playoffs and you don't secure one of the top 3 spots, you did play that season for free. Did you not?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, you actually paid to play
Right.
that season.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is even worse.
Because you're not doing any more
And you
work.
sign up for it again the very next year. So it's not like a one and done and you have an experience and you're like, you know what, I ain't doing that ever again. No, you actively sign up and do it again.
You're, you're paying for domestic violence is basically what you're doing.
You paying to be either elated or disappointed every weekend.
And stress the fuck out throughout the rest of
Yeah. So basically, we would do it for free.
Yeah, so it's low hanging fruit again. Basically, would you keep doing what you're doing now? Yeah, probably, because fucking.
That is a great honorable mention. See us on football on Saturday because that is the honorable mention of the year.
Speaking of draft, did you come up with any ideas here?
No, I don't have anything right now.
Okay, all right. Well, if something hits you,
Yeah, what I was thinking of. Yeah, I didn't. Nothing solid. Nothing solid enough to be like. Because when you think of things, you got to think of in the mind of 8 picks minimum, maybe 12. So you can't sit there and have a draft and be like salt, pepper, and that's it. Like you got to have a ton of choices.
okay.
No.
So while you're pontificating there, I will go over the merch stuff here. So
Pontifically.
yeah, you like that word? So like I was saying, I linked up with the scanner fella, and he found a place, and he's been using it, and it's good quality, and I checked out prices and things like that, and you kind of have to buy in bulk a little bit. So what we're gonna start doing is I'm gonna go through them, and I'm gonna work with them and see what they can do for our logos here, because we have multiple colored ones, right? So they have the regular t-shirts, they have the zip up hoodies, they have the over the head hoodies, they have a lot of different things. So one, obviously, it would be lovely if folks were interested in it for monetary reasons. I mean, anything to help us out is appreciated, but along with that, I think that you get to kind of be a part of, I guess, the community, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like, for the folks that are, been with us since we started, and then the folks that are just kind of lagging on, or not lagging on, but latching on. It's like, hey, I'm going to be a part of something. So, and plus
It's inclusive.
right. Like, because honestly, people are gonna you're gonna see the logo, you're gonna see the the name of the podcast on it, and it's gonna be like, what is that? So people are gonna kind of question, get their, they go, what do they talk about? I don't fucking know. They don't know. They talked about poop last week, and now they're talking about Helloween. I don't fucking know, but they are very pretty people, and but
You like
yeah, but I figured, we can do, giveaways as well for, like I mentioned earlier, we're gonna do something here where you will ask a kind of a trivia question at the end of the month, and it's like, okay, well, what was the answer to that trivia question? And the first person to answer it, they'll get something. So it could be a piece of merch. It could be a gift card. I mean, it's I'm mulling around a bunch of ideas, and it'll change every month. But I figured, hey, look, let's make this brand official. So that's kind of the plan with that, and I think that I don't know. I think the logo's great, so that's not a problem.
if I get anything with that on it, I will rock it anywhere.
Right.
Besides church.
Well, don't worry. I'll make sure I make the shirt black for you because we know how you feel about any other colored shirts.
Yeah, I'm not a big super t-shirt type of person, like white tee type of person. Yeah.
But yeah, I just figured, hey, look, let's do this. That we found something. If you're interested at all, about what we're talking about, what we're doing here, message me on the socials. You know how to get a hold of me. Message me on the YouTube things. There's I'm very, very accessible and I'm very, very quick to answer. So, very welcoming on those fronts because I want this to grow. Jermaine wants this to grow, and it's a good way to make that grow. But it's also, hey, look, let's put some cool shit out there. So, and we'll me and you we'll talk a little bit about the monetary stuff and how that all shakes out, and we'll all that jazz. But I do have a price point in mind, so if anyone is curious, we'll kind of go over that too. But I don't want to put anything out into the ether until it's kind of official.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have to walk that
set
back.
any type of false expectations
Right.
or anything like that. So make sure you have a solidified final plan before you start rolling it out.
Yeah. We've made that mistake kind of in the past, so learning from said mistakes.
We could just go back to that episode, man. We thought we was the hottest shit out of fucking Central Station. We was like, hey man, 8.99 ain't shit.
I remember I sent you this fucking this 17 paragraph diatribe.
How did you let me talk you into that shit? And how did you talk yourself into that shit? Oh man, that was some fucking shit.
It sounded real good though. My God.
We thought we had something, like we had discovered some new shit.
Like we were
Tim said we sounded like evangelists, man. That shit was fucking hilarious. It was funny.
And then for 4 episodes after that, we were like, oh, so yeah, we don't really want to talk about money, but 15 minutes later, we're still talking about it. It's like
we just kept passing that collection plate around the church, like.
It's like, look, the church got flooded last week, man. We gotta
we need to change the doorknobs in the church. Like, didn't you just build the church? Yeah, but we need to change the doorknobs now.
then you look at the front door. It's one of the push glass ones. It's like these don't even got doorknobs. What are you replacing? Oh no, it's the
Even going back to that first episode, I clapped my hands maybe 600 times.
I
In that
loved it.
first episode. I was like, and all you
After
heard was like,
everything, it was
and
hilarious.
you heard my beer glass hitting the couch thing. I was like, man, we have come a long way. He's so that damn nervous. That's what it was. It was just like,
Well, yeah, because you want to come out swinging, you want to come out sounding perfect, like you know what you're doing. But I mean, that sounds good in theory. But I mean, we could have had a circus going on in the background, but we were sitting here like, oh yeah, so um
oh man.
yeah, and then yeah, that was, and it was like I'm over. Yeah,
And
just
then
like
I was going in and out like, so it's basically, and I sounded like I was halfway over there. And
oh man.
yeah.
And I've talked to a few people in the interviews too, and they said, "Hey, the worst thing you can do is go back to your first episodes." And I've had other people say it's great to go back. I subscribe to the notion it's if you can find amusement and growth out of it, that's what you want, right? Like why would you want to not learn from your mistakes and see, hey, look, this
Yeah,
is the progression, you know?
I went back to the first one, and I think I got like halfway through the second one, and then I just kind of started listening to the current ones. But I mean, just a review. I mean, when I have enough time, I'm definitely going to keep, going back to see just the accomplishment. Just like look
Right.
where we was and look where we are. You know what I mean? It's almost like if we're talking about football, it's almost like, hey man, look at the dumb shit I did in my rookie year. And look what I am now. Like I'm a seasoned vet. I know what's going on. Like, and by all means, we're not seasoned vets, but we're light years, and I mean light years from April. I mean, and what is it?
Get your pen.
We only got like 6 months down. So yes.
Yeah. We're 6 months in. Get your pen real quick. I got another draft idea.
Okay.
The most iconic sports teams.
Iconic sports teams. What do you mean, like Yankees? Like
Yeah, whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
No, we covered that on one draft before.
No.
I thought we talked about some certain franchises, or maybe we stewed over it and we never put it on tape.
Yeah, I don't remember doing it that way. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
and if we did, no, I don't think we did.
Okay. I think we talked about it, but I don't think we did it.
I mean, it may have been a
Or maybe
riff.
we said like greatest sports moments or something. Or I don't know. We talked.
Yeah, yeah, no. That's what.
It,
No, that's what it was. It was like iconic sports moments. I think that was your idea for the draft.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was when you was like Kutch coming back and returning.
Yeah, yeah.
And so forth.
You
Yeah.
have memory like a fucking elephant, dude. Golly.
This head ain't big for nothing. It's
Oh, I'm
big.
glad you found a use for it. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, you gotta add your stank to it here.
Yeah. I just ain't got nothing. I'm not gonna just force myself on just because we on board. Uh, mm we done covered every food, and I ain't gonna say every food, but we done cover food topics. We done cover words and stuff like that, and that was
I liked our Sunday draft. You got anything you got anything kind of like that? How how we did like build the perfect picnic, build the perfect Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you know what we could do. Well, you got an idea?
no, I'm still
No.
drawing blanks over here.
Um, I mean, we could do the perfect burger, but I don't think there's enough options for that.
Yeah, we're not gonna have a lot there. What, perfect breakfast? No, it's not too much there either.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll have the three options. Is this the two options I put? So the most
Traditions
holiday traditions,
and iconic sports teams.
iconic sports teams, and then the third one will be enter your own draft. So let's call it other. So dealer's choice, right? And if other gets chosen, we'll kind of, for lack of a better term, put the people, that voted their name in a hat, essentially. Not really, but you know what I mean. And whoever gets picked, they get theirs. Or you could even go this route. You can add the other, put in what your other is, and then, out of those other options, whoever has the highest vote total, we can go with that. And then what we'll do is have that kind of be a constant potential rolling thing, right? So if traditions gets picked, that's now removed. Other and sports teams is still in there. Then we have to add another one to the list. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Always got three drafts
Right.
ready to go. So if we pick one, replace it with another one, and then just always have three on deck to choose from.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, if you guys haven't caught on here, I'm all about community engagement, right? Like this isn't just words. Like I'm not just that guy. It's like, hey, click the bell and notification. No, I'm not that guy. Like I really want to engage. So when I say I want people to be a part of this, it's not hyperbole. Very, very important to me. This whole thing, everything about this thing is important to me. So Jermaine doesn't give a shit, but it's fine. I care for both of us.
I ain't giving shit. I'm just like, hey, we don't got to come up with everything right now. I mean, we got time. It's kind of hard to just think right on spot on camera. So
we'll fucking learn.
Like I said, most of my ideas come right in that shower. So, and we already had a draft about that. That most of the ideas come in the shower. So,
listen, I don't want to hear anything about you coming in the shower. All right, I'm all set.
I mean, we both done thought of plenty of draft ideas, but yeah, I'm not gonna force and just be like, trash bags that you love. Like, I mean, stupid shit. Like, I'm not.
Glade, stupid 101. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So
no. Well, but now that we know, something we can try here. So now we can just kind of mull things over and, have replacements ready. And that's the thing that this plan will work. Who knows? We'll see. But just figured something a little new, throw a little something out there, and we can always have more than three options to choose from. So that's that too. So I don't know, something to go over. So yeah, I'm kind of spent here. I don't really have much more to yap about. I think we covered everything as well as we could. So I think we're just gonna. Oh, did we even talk about? We didn't even talk about the employees, did we?
Oh, the employee thing? No.
You know what? We can save it then.
Yeah. Might as well. I mean, because it's gonna go beyond 6 or 7 minutes. So
yeah.
Because I mean, we both got a history at said job and current job, and it's a ball of haters. So
yeah.
Let's do the player haters ball. We got to get a Chappelle in there. There we go.
Yep. Hate. Love it.
Let's leave it on that cliffhanger. It's gonna be a haters ball at the job. So and y'all all know that y'all got those coworkers that are haters. So We'll get into it. We'll
And
dissect
maybe
it.
even personal life haters we can talk
Mhm.
about.
And as people say, and I ain't gonna say the cliche goes, but a lot of people say, if you ain't got no haters, then you ain't doing your job correctly. So if you got a lot of haters, you doing something correctly because people are hating and they're usually jealous of success.
If I can rub you the wrong way, if I can rub you the wrong way, then I'm very happy about it. There's a weird, dark, broken part of me that's like, yeah, me bathe in your tears, bitch.
Like, and I'm not any model citizen, but if I got you jealous that you ain't me for any amount of time,
Mm.
I, I,
Delicious.
I got the smirk emoji like,
Mm-hmm. It's delicious. Oh, you're
haters get on the job. If you ain't
oh.
got no haters, then you ain't doing shit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's very real. And we'll save that. That's gonna be a good half hour to 45-minute conversation there. So all right. So there's your homework, kiddos. You guys are gonna I'll make the vote up. I'll leave it up for about 6 days. Give you guys plenty of time to check it out, figure out what you want to do, maybe add your own little ideas in the other little mark, and hopefully clumsy ass.
No, it was like a gnat or something around my goddamn glass. How the fuck is it gnats around and it's fucking minus 50 out there and shit? Yeah. All
Because it's
right.
warm. Because it's warmer in your house.
Bastards.
Yeah. If it's not one thing, it's
Like a
another.
creep show. Yeah. We'll see y'all Saturday.
Yep.
Finishing touches
Yep.
on the week 6. And
that or you're sprinkling some crack on something. I don't know what that was, but yeah,
yeah.
one of the two.
Yeah. So see y'all Saturday, football.
Yep.
And then follow you up on Tuesday and then right back to X and O's next Wednesday.
You do some ninja shit. I like
I
that.
did. I was like
That was sexy.
That was my hand Chinese star. I went from to here you go.
Look, you went from audible to sign language. I'll take it. It's fine. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Have a good week.
Deuces.